Here at Walck's 4-wheel drive, we do our best to get a lot of things made for these old Jeeps that you can't find anymore. Nobody makes them. Everything on an old Jeep, they're rusted away and gone. So a lot of these parts we have made, we get a lot of stuff made in the USA so we can try and keep quality control on it. We try to reproduce these parts as close to the factory specifications as we possibly can, so that when you get these parts, you don't have to do any modifying or messing around with them to put them on, that you just weld on or bolt on. We get these parts exclusively made for us at Walck's 4-wheel drive, and here's another Walck's 4-wheel drive exclusive part. On the 4-cylinder 4-wheel drive Willys trucks and station wagons, we had all the clutch linkage reproduced for these vehicles, which were not available before. You always had to weld your old ones up, and the holes were always gouged out and they were hard to fix. So we had these all made up. This would be the clutch cross shaft that goes from the frame over to the bell housing. And we had the adjustable linkage made that runs back to the fork. Our curved linkages have the notches on like the original. The adjusting nut has the curved face on to fit in the clutch fork like the original, and also it has the small adjusting nut on it to lock it when you put it on and adjust it. Then we had the little linkage piece made that went from the pedal back to the cross shaft, and then we had the two brackets made. The one goes over on the bell housing, the other one went on the frame. Now some of the earlier trucks had a smaller thread on the one into the bell housing, but I think there was a problem with them breaking off, and so the one we reproduced was the one with a bigger thread. So if you had a smaller thread on, you had to drill it out and retap it to fit the bigger thread ball stud. And those are all the pieces for the clutch linkage on a 4-cylinder 4-wheel drive Willys truck or station wagon. We also got the clutch linkages made for the L226 station wagon and truck 4-wheel drives. This is the clutch cross shaft, all new. This all stuff is USA made. We got the linkage part made that has the adjusting block on. Now there were two different styles of clutch linkages for this adjusting part here. We decided to do the one with that we have with the adjusting block. It was the easier part to reproduce and they work fine anyway. Then the fixed clutch linkage from the pedal back to the cross shaft. All the linkages have little notches in, just like they were from new, to keep them from sliding back and forth too far. And then we also had the two ball studs made for them too. One goes on the frame, the other one goes on that plate on the side of the transmission that hangs down off the side of the transmission, and the ball stud goes into that. And if you had somebody move the pedal back and forth while you're down underneath looking at the linkage, the holes wear out in the cross shaft where this clutch linkage rides into cross shaft. These parts will wear themselves thin to a point where they'll break off, or this thing will wear itself thin that it breaks out the side. Where the ball stud rides in the side here, from going back and forth and being 50 years old, they wear out that it could break out of the ball stud too. And it's always going to happen when you're in the middle of traffic and you won't be able to get the truck off the road.
Putting them up under the dash.